Imagine this every evening, just as you sit down to relax after a long day. A group of kids gathers right outside your house. They laugh, shout, play games, and turn your peaceful evening into chaos. You've tried glaring at them through the window. You've even asked them politely to keep it down. But the next day, they're back louder than ever. What would you do? Most people would yell at them, which only makes them laugh harder. Call their parents, but the kids see it as a challenge. Call the police, which feels extreme and might make you the neighborhood villain. But what if I told you there's a smarter way? A way that doesn't involve anger, frustration, or conflict, but instead uses reverse thinking to make the kids want to leave on their own. Let me tell you the story of John, the man who paid children to laugh, and how he turned his problem into a brilliant victory. The problem, a quiet man's worst nightmare. John was a quiet man. He loved reading, sipping tea in silence, and listening to the faint hum of the evening. But for the past 2 weeks, his peace had been shattered by a group of neighborhood kids who treated the street outside his house like their personal playground. At first, he ignored them. Then, he tried the usual tactics. Day 1, he stepped outside and said, "Could you keep it down, please?" The kids giggled and whispered, then resumed screaming even louder. Day 30, he complained to their parents. The next day, the kids made extra noise, smirking at his window. Day 50, he shouted, "Go play somewhere else." They imitated him in high-pitched voices and stayed longer. John was at his wit's end. Then, one evening, he had an idea. A completely backward, ridiculous idea. The reverse thinking solution. Pay them to stay, so they'll want to leave. Instead of fighting the noise, John decided to embrace it in the strangest way possible. Day 70, he walked outside with a smile and said, "You kids are amazing. Your laughter makes my evenings so much happier. Here's a $5 each for making my day brighter." The kids froze. Money. For playing, they took the cash, exchanged confused glances, then ran off, giggling in disbelief. Day 80, they returned. Louder than ever, John handed them each a $3 this time. "You were great yesterday. Keep it up." The kids cheered, but one muttered, "Wait, it's less today." Day 90, John gave them each one. "Still having fun? Here's a little reward." Now the kids were suspicious. "Why is he paying us less?" Why? Day 100, John walked out, sighed dramatically, and said, "I'm sorry, kids. Times are tough. I can't pay you today, but I love hearing you play." The kids stared at him. One finally said, "Wait, so we're just supposed to scream for free now?" Another crossed his arms. "No way. If we're not getting paid, we're out of here." And just like that, they left. Why? It worked. The psychology behind the madness. Conventional thinking forced them to leave. They resist. Reverse thinking pay them to stay. They realize their noise has a price. By making them associate their noise with payment, John flipped their motivation. Suddenly, playing for free felt like they were being used. What if John hadn't used reverse thinking? He'd still be stuck in an endless loop, arguing with kids, stressing over noise, becoming the grumpy old man of the neighborhood. The success of reverse thinking: no fights, no resentment. The kids left on their own, without John being the bad guy. Most problems can't be solved by pushing harder. Sometimes you have to pull backward to move forward. If you've ever felt stuck, yelling at a problem that only gets worse, maybe it's time to try reverse thinking. And if you want more stories like this, check out my YouTube channel, where we turn everyday frustrations into clever victories. Remember, your struggles don't mean you're not smart. You just haven't tried thinking backward yet. So, what problem will you solve in reverse today?